Okay, welcome back. It is your hip hop culture specialist, Gypsy Reign, and I'm also known as Candee Reign. And of course, this is my podcast, The Scenic Route, where I tell my hip hop story and share with everyone what I went through since we have the 50 years of hip hop anniversary. We thought we would continue the celebration by telling our story. So if you have a hip hop story, please do hit me up at inyolap@gmail.com. That's inyolap@gmail.com. If you're watching this on the In Your Lap Network podcast, welcome. We appreciate you. If you are listening to wgrindradio.com, then of course download the app. And shouts out to Grind City Media for giving us this opportunity. Tonight, I have a special guest. You've heard his name before. And we talked about Starr Palace. We are going to say he's one of the promoters of the events that took place at the Starr Palace back in the day. We don't even remember any dates, but welcome to the show. Jap, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you doing this day?
I'm doing really good. I want to thank you. We appreciate you for coming to the show, taking the time out of your busy life to talk with us. We're not going to hold you long. I just have a few questions. I know the listeners who've been tuning in, they remember that the Starr Palace was one of the venues that Youngstown, Ohio had, one of the first that we were given the opportunity to perform like professional.
Right.
With many contests and awards. And that's what I did. I won a contest, me and my cousin, and we were able to open up for Heavy D and the Boys. So Jap, first, can you tell us your music background? All you want to share with the audience of who you are?
Well, my name is Jap Robinson, and I'm promote and produce. I've been working with music since 1968. We started off promoting promoting down at the Reed's Arena. And it was a skating arena in Youngstown, Ohio, and we started off down there, and it just grew and grew, and I've always wanted to play in a band and always wanted to do music, but I just didn't have the knack to play music. Okay. So I wanted to get as close to it as I could get. So I went in on the other end of being a producer and promoting and all that stuff, and I went in on that end. And I've worked with countless people. Man, I've worked with Kool and the Gang. As a matter of fact, I'm working with them now. You know, with the brother Kool and the Gang. Me and him putting together a little something now.
Okay.
But I've promoted a lot of shows. I've met a lot of stars. I bought so many stars. I mean, you know, back in the day, you know, like Heavy D and the Boys, Kool Mo D, and all the rap stars. You know,
Salt-N-Pepa, EU,
Salt-N-Pepa, even the group. Remember the group Rare Earth. We bought the group, the white group Rare Earth down there. So we did a lot of promoting.
Okay.
So
okay. Go ahead.
No, in my older years now, I done slowed down a little bit, but I'm still doing some. I'll never give it up completely.
Right, and so are you aware that Youngstown still has so much talent and so many artists that they strive to be all they can be in that industry? Are you aware that it's still like that today?
Youngstown has always been a hub for music and for all types of things, music, sports. You know,
right.
Youngstown has always been a hub for that, and we've had a lot of musicians have come out of Youngstown. A lot of sports figures have come out of Youngstown. And it's just something like we are breeding ground for that music. We got it here, and if you get it here and take it someplace else, you can make it.
Right, and that's definitely what happened. I end up, getting a Grammy Award and meeting a lot of artists. Also myself becoming a producer, doing some management and all the different avenues that music can take you. It just never stops. But today, we still record, but we do it for the love of it, not just for the love of it, but we still love it. And then we're taking the steps to get the residuals. But I remember that I talked to you a couple times about that. And one time you kind of let me in on what really goes on in the industry and how you may invest way more than you ever get back. And so I really want to say thank you for telling me that day, because, even then I was still doing it. I went to college and I picked up trades. I lived a normal life, but music was still so much for me. But it was the way it came for me was an accident to me, because at the Starr Palace, not really an accident because I was already doing music, but me and my cousin created a group. But then on that night, I ended up having to perform by myself, because that's right. If we both aren't there, we still have to push forward. So that was supposed to be, to me, the day that Candee Reign was really created, which I was just Candee back then. And so Rico, also known as Manchild, he ended up signing with Rap-A-Lot Records. He came in and DJ'd for me. So I always told them, and when they spoke on me about who I was in the community, just kind of giving me my accolades, kind of saying I was a legend, I told them the story about how I got the key to the Starr Palace. Or I just told them, right, but I don't remember how that took place. Do you remember anything about that?
No, I mean, it's been so long ago, and so much has happened in between there. But I do remember that you always wanted to rehearse. You always wanted to be there, and you wanted to be the best. And somehow you talked me into giving you the key, and I gave you the key to say just.
That is. Go ahead.
Yeah, you talked me into giving you the key, and I gave you the key to the Starr Palace. And
okay, that's really, I've learned a lot about myself. Everybody keeps saying it was you, and it's not like I bump my head and don't remember, but it is just surprising to me. Even Mitch, who used to be our manager, when he saw what we were doing, he wanted to guide us. He told me that too. He was like, you always were like you are now as a young child. You wanted to do this, do that. And I'm just like really shocked, because when I was telling the story on the last episode, I told everybody that you traded me with my hat, because I remember I used to wear hats with my name on it. Right. And when I was talking, that memory just came to me. I was like, I think he took my hat, and that was the collateral. Here, give me your hat. I'm gonna give you the key, and when you give me this key back, I'm gonna give you this hat back. And I was like, oh, okay. So that memory just came to me. But today, I just want to thank you for seeing that talent in all of us, because we did want to rehearse, but we always used my mom's basement. So I don't know what I thought I was doing, coming up with something so brilliant as that. But I would go up there, because I always wanted to be from New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah, so going up those back steps, I was living my dream, man. Opening up that steel door, and all in the dancers, and then their parents would drop them off, and then me and my cousin would rehearse, and then sometimes the dancers would come down and run through their routine as well, the dance groups. So we have a lot of memories at the Starr Palace, and obviously responsible, because I don't remember anything bad going on. It turned out well. I don't remember where the key went or anything, but I just wanted to talk.
Yes, you did. You know what? And I'm glad that you did what you did. I'm glad that you're the type of person, because you was persistent. And when you're persistent, you always got a chance to make to the top. So, and you were a young girl, but you were above your age, and you just had it going there. And I knew that you was gonna make it. So I'm just glad that you let me be a part of your life, that you can, and glad that you haven't forgot me. That makes me feel real good being an old man now. It makes me really feel good.
Yes, I could never forget it. And it's just a small memory of us being in the front area before you go, left or right, and you gave me the key. And that's all. And that's the thing that surprises me. As we get older, we don't even remember all of the stuff that happened. We just don't. I don't even remember the performance. I remember being traumatized on that first performance with Heavy D and the Boys, because I was so used to having my older cousin there. You know what I mean? And so. But
you did good. You did good.
That's what they told me. It's like, you came out there and we didn't know you was not supposed to be by yourself, but that's what we made it a pact back then to always show up and show out. We had to, and there were times when I wasn't there, and she went down and did her thing without me. So, but she was my older cousin, so it was hard for me that night, but I did it. And that's why I feel like I was more thrilled in the game. And then everything just supported that. Everything after that supported that. And then after I was doing the performance with you guys, another promoter, Malcolm, picked me up and also had me doing at standby and other stuff. So it turned out very well, and it helped me to be the leader I am today. So
Well, I'm glad that you came out to be the leader that you are.
Yes,
I'm
thank
proud
you
of you.
so
I'm
very
so
much.
proud of you.
And I'm gonna bring Rico in. He's here now.